This is way too honest, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Welcome to the Way Too Honest Podcast. I'm Tara.
I'm Kristen.
So, how's life been since we last talked?
Well, life apparently has been very expensive because I have no self-control.
Love that for you, though. And love that for me because then I get to see like what you bought.
This gorgeous bodysuit that I'm wearing, that I'm in love with, and if you tell me I look fat, bye. Don't tell me that.
I literally like 2 seconds before we started this, we're like, wow, your tits look real good.
Thanks. I really was like, literally as soon as I swiped my card, I told Ryan, I was like, there's a very good chance that this is going right back, but I have to try it because I always hear such wonderful things about I think it's called like the perfect tea bodysuit.
I'm a big buy and return person. I always am like buy, and then I'll return it if I don't like it.
Yeah. I love this. Like
it's super cute.
It feels so nice. And I'm gonna dress. I have a farmer's tan. Fuck off. I know that. Okay. And I know that these chairs are super unflattering. So
I say melted cookie dough, like from the neck down. I can't speak for Kristen, but I know I feel like I look like melted cookie dough, just like, yes. And I'm just like, you know what? At least I'm seeing myself at my worst. Actually, it's probably nowhere near my worst, but we're just gonna imagine it's me at my worst, and then I'm like, oh well, it's only up from there. Like,
yeah, it can't get any worse.
Any worse. Exactly.
Yeah. So, it's been very expensive, and then naturally, when you go to the mall, you can't just buy one thing. So then I had to buy another pair of the Skims boxer shorts that I'm
so happy you're buying so much Skim stuff because like you're my guinea pig, and then you tell me what to buy.
Oh God, I'm such a fucking slut for Skims shit.
Love it.
And then now my newest obsession is for biker shorts. Mm-hmm. Is the Lululemon Align legging like shorts.
Well, Lululemon is just like made to make your ass and your legs look good. So
yeah, but like these. So what I do for them is because like they don't have any compression in them, so there's nothing like holding you in, which like sucks because I actually see my body and like what it looks like, and I'm like, it's a little jarring. But if you get them like 2 sizes smaller, they still fit you perfectly here, but then they kind of cut in a little bit at the thigh, but then they don't roll up
at all.
I wear them all day.
I could live with
squat and sit and move all around.
Isn't compression like good for your legs and circulation? Like, doesn't it prevent blood clots? You're doing a healthy thing by buying something that's too small for you.
But like, oh my God, they don't roll up. And so even if I don't need them, and so today instead of buying the black pair, I went crazy and I bought the navy pair.
Go ape shit, Kristen. Get the navy.
I'm going mad ape shit.
That's like me being like, I didn't buy the white. Okay. But I bought the eggshell.
Of course. Well, and you should have seen me. Like, I was like, is this going to look good on me? Like, do I wait until it comes in black? Like, no, bitch. It literally is fine. But anyways, other than that, no, I just have a shopping problem.
I go through phases of shopping problems. Like, I'll have like a month where I'm kind of going on like a shopping binge. And then I'll have like 3 months, which is honestly a pretty decent ratio, where I'm like super stingy and I'm like, I'm not budgeting per se, but I'm being more frugal.
Yeah.
Like I'll put it in my I do that thing that they say to do where you put it in your shopping cart and then you wait until the next morning. And if you still want it, then buy it.
Oh, you just have to wait till the next morning? Shit, I should be buying a lot more.
I know, but usually when it comes to stuff like that, it's stuff that like sells out really fast and I don't have that luxury.
True.
And so I just pull the trigger. But I mean, most of the stuff I've been buying lately is like investment things, like the dye sport.
Yeah.
And the microblading. I'm getting my eyebrows microbladed next week. And I'm
so excited for you.
Me too. I'm super excited because it's super hot and humid and disgusting here in Southern California for the summer. And being humid is a new thing as of like last year because being humid wasn't a thing we dealt with except occasionally.
Yeah, I literally looked at the weather app and it said 70% humidity.
That is
get the fuck out of here.
Disgusting. We do not live in Florida.
No.
But thank you, climate change, because apparently now we do. So the only
then it needs to get cheaper like Florida.
Yeah, I agree. But the only good thing, and I will say this, is that we basically don't have brush fires during the summer anymore as long as it's humid. So I mean, like, it's good for the horsies and the people in the houses and everything.
Damn, those people with houses.
I know everyone, but I hate it. I hate being humid, and my eyebrows, like kind of like smear off during the day, and I'm like, okay, I officially can't do this. I need to get the microblade. Plus, I just feel like, you know how they always say eyebrows are like sisters, not twins. Okay, I don't even think mine are related some days. And like, I feel like if they're microbladed, they'll be in the same neighborhood.
That's fair.
But the girl I'm going to, who seems fantastic, and I'm not going to say anything about it until I get it done, but there's someone I know who went to her, and her eyebrows look amazing. But she also said it hurts like a bitch.
Oh, I'm sure.
And this person has tats, and they're like, it hurt way worse than any tattoo I've had.
It's just...
And they go over it and over it and over it, and or like the same spot. And I'm just like really scared of the pain.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the results. I'm scared of the pain. And then you have to go 2 weeks after for like a touch up. Oh, God. And then after that, you're good for like a year at least. But yeah, I'm getting that done next week. And like I said, I'm dropping serious money on like dye sport and microblading things. That is like I said, investment in me.
Yeah.
And I've always dropped some big fat money on skincare. I wanted to, but
can we talk about the fact that literally yesterday a couple days ago, I was at Sephora and so now that I know that Tara is a registered esthetician, not practicing, but
now that she's like a halvesy, but no, thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate it.
So I was at Sephora and I'm a fucking sucker for those like gift set sort of things.
Oh, and the brand you sent me is aesthetics big time.
Oh yeah, it was so cute. So I had sent her a picture of this like brand, and like there were the moisturizer that I had touched. I was like, oh my God, this is like so soft.
We can say the brand name. I mean, it's in articles.
Great. It's cool. It's Herbivore. It's the pink cloud garbage stuff. Mm-hmm. But because we're outside all day, I wanted something that I could literally put on my face at night to like take care of it and make it nice and soft. Mm-hmm. So that way in the morning when I go back into the same damn thing, you know, I at least feel like my face has moisture. Well, Tara responded, I hate Herbivore. And then she said, they're prone to mold spores. And I'm like, done. Thank you so much.
They are.
Then this bitch had the audacity to say, but you buy whatever you want. Don't listen to me. Bull fucking shit.
I literally was like, one woman's opinion. Because I don't want to, like, if someone really wants something, you should do whatever you, obviously it's, I guess, been cleared by the FDA. I should kind of, no, I don't think the FDA actually does a lot of governing over cosmetics, which is a huge problem. But if it's on the shelf, you should think it's safe. But no, Herbivore is a company that does not use normal preservatives, like chemical preservatives. Mm-hmm. And because of that, it goes bad really fast. They say it's good for 12 months. I will tell you, in my experience, do not sue me, Herbivore, but this is in my experience, it will go bad much faster. You can Google the company and there will be articles and experiences about it. And so many pictures of mold and things, even when they first buy it. Not that that's going to happen to every product you buy, but I haven't heard anything about the pink cloud like line specifically, which is why I was like, hey, you never know. After I texted you, I Googled it.
Oh no.
And it totally got yanked from Sephora for mold spores. I was like, I fucking knew it. Like, I was right. I'm just also very pro chemicals in skincare. I know that's like not in fashion to say, but like your body is made up of chemicals. Everything on earth is made up of chemicals. Yeah. Like it can be bad chemicals, it can be good chemicals. But when it comes to your skincare, in my opinion, you want synthetic shit in it. You want preservatives in it. There is stuff you don't want in there, but but anyone that's like, we're super organic, we use only organic preservatives. No. I don't want anything I can also eat.
That's fair.
Unless you're making it at home to use that night. Like, I don't want anything I could probably eat too. Like, I want actual chemicals on my skin. So I'm glad you didn't buy it, because then like obviously I looked it up and I was like, okay, cool, she didn't buy it. That's great.
Yeah, no, if you tell me it's not good, I'm not gonna buy it. I am not attached to it that much. Absolutely fucking not.
But they have a very, I say aesthetic so much, but their aesthetic is like bomb. They did a really good job with that.
Yeah, and like the texture of that moisturizer was so nice.
If you want a good moisturizer, the I know I've said this a couple of times, but the Dew Instant Angel moisturizer.
Yeah, but see, that's online.
It is online, but it's really good. It doesn't pill. It's super thick and it's lipid based, which is a new thing. Not necessarily a new thing, but I haven't seen that kind of advertised a lot of moisturizers. Mm-hmm. I put it on so thick, it doesn't pill. My skin is super soft in the morning, and since it's focused on barrier repair, like any kind of sun damage I've gotten during the day, like I feel like overnight, it like doesn't fix it. You can't like reverse sun damage, but like it's a lot better. So
send me the link.
I'm a big fan of the Do skincare I've purchased so far. Tatcha's another really good one.
See, that was my other one, but then I was like, is it just the pretty packaging?
No, they have they're legit stuff, but you don't want to use the water cream for what you're looking for because the water cream is too light. Oh, okay. You want like the dewy skin cream, or you want the indigo cream, which is like the serum and the moisturizer.
Okay.
That doesn't pill either, and that's really good. But but the thing is, I haven't actually like sat and like examined and looked at your skin, so I'm just kind of like spitballing and shooting the shit here.
That's understandable.
Again, big disclaimer: not practicing, certified but not practicing.
We should do a segment one time where like you just like I like give you my skincare shit and you just tell me about it.
Oh my God, I would love to do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that next week.
There's one thing it was on my Twitter, but I was talking about how I was talking at the Do Skincare, and then I just kind of threw out there like my own opinion, and I was like, oh, by the way, the Pat McGrath, because Pat McGrath's a makeup artist, right? And she's a makeup line. Well, she finally came out with a skincare product.
Oh.
It's more cosmetic based, but it does.
Oh, is that like pinky stuff, right?
Yes.
The
elixir, it's beautiful. Yeah. It looks like the fucking potion they drink and death becomes her. It is amazing. And you shake it, and it's an essence. So kind of like the, if I'm saying this right, SK2. The really, really popular one, but it's more focused on moisturizing and hydrating, and it's gonna give you that glazed donut skin look that Hailey Bieber is like really into right now.
Yeah. Well, when you're skinny and you can like pull your hair back like that,
and it can just be like cheekbones, natural highlighting.
You can be into that.
This product is fan-fucking-tastic though. Every night when I put it on, it is the product the product version of I'm booked, busy, hydrated, moisturized, thriving, staying in my lane. It is that product, and it's so fucking good, but I haven't really used it for cosmetic purposes, meaning like to give myself that glazed skin look.
Right.
I wore it today.
Okay.
And I only put a little touch of powder over it. So if I look a little glossier today, that's why. I'm not oily per se, but I did put on the essence. But I will like sing praises about that product forever, even if I don't want to use it for cosmetic reasons. It preps my skin for the rest of my routine so well. It is so hydrating, and I look so healthy when I put it on.
Oh, amazing.
It is like skin health in a bottle. It is beautiful. And then the girl that owns the Do Skincare company put on her stories like a week later, like holding it, and was like, P.S. if you're really looking for that glazed skin look right now,
amazing.
and then she was holding it, she's like, this is the best product out there. And I was like, what did I fucking tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? The Pat McGrath shit is for real. It's good. It's expensive. It's like $88, but
it's all right.
I mean,
her
you're worth
it.
Not you're worth
much, it. Not that much off. It's all good. Anything else new with you?
My Sakara order came, my meal delivery service.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's good. I mean, it's going good. Your prediction that it was going to make me gassy is totally true.
I knew it.
Like painfully so. But I also, to be in full disclosure, I eat shit. I mean, I have like the worst diet. I mean, I eat crap. I eat junk. I eat whatever is around. I have food anxiety.
Are saying that to me as I had pasta for breakfast.
I love that.
Cheese enchiladas.
If it was carbonara, you can put an egg in it and it makes sense.
And after this, I'm going to Korean barbecue. So I don't want to hear about your shit diet.
But it's like when you go from that to all plant-based, all healthy ingredients, no sugar, no gluten, whatever. Your prediction was completely true. But besides that, though, I feel good. I feel full, which is the big thing. I didn't want to be hungry on it, and I don't. I feel full on it, and it just, you open that box and you're just like, shit, I'm this person. I am this beautiful box of like healthy, like celebrity kind of like pre-made food.
Yeah. Bougie as shit.
Oh yeah, it just makes me feel good.
Oh,
I love it. I cleaned out my fridge to make room for it. And every time I open my fridge, I'm just like, oh, there you are.
There you are, baby.
There you are, saying exactly what I want you to say about me. Tuesday. Who's gonna eat you?
Saying Tuesday.
Saying Tuesday. Eat Tuesday.
Wednesday.
But no, it's going really good. I've been posting about it a lot because I've actually had a couple messages from people asking me how I like it because they're thinking of meal delivery service. Mm-hmm. So that's why. But if you didn't send me a message about that, you're probably thinking, oh my God, this bitch, she has nothing else going on in her life but this fucking meal delivery service. Which, to be fair, is true. But it's also because I've gotten messages asking me about it and to keep them updated. So also, if it makes me feel like I am, living the Sakara life and like white, my whole life is like a bright white background with like gorgeous black lettering. And it's just, I'm just, Danish interior style in my home, whatever. I want to show it off.
There you go.
I want to put that vibe out there. But it's going good. I let them bill me for the second week.
There you go.
Saw that come out of my bank account. So I'm committed for at least one more week. And the good thing is now I know when they bill for the second week. So I know when I have to cancel.
Yeah.
Which I should have known up front, but like I just didn't care enough. I was just like, whatever, I'll find out when I find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And I've been sleeping more, which is good. The insomnia.
Hey!
My insomnia.
Tara has slept, guys.
I slept, so I'm not sleep deprived today. But I'm very happy that like little period of time where I was just like, oh my god, I need to sleep,
Yeah.
is gone, and I have
Beautiful.
been sleeping. So woohoo!
I love that for you.
So you told me something.
I did.
Right before the pod started, and I got very excited. For full disclosure, which I'm having to do a couple times now this pod episode, but I'm a fucking nerd and a half. I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Love Star Wars. And Kristen, up until this moment, I thought could have like fucking cared less. Is that accurate? Could you care less?
Well, I still could not care less.
Okay.
There's a shock. So yes, I at a whole 26 years old, just started watching Star Wars. Every time I've tried to watch it up until now, I have fallen asleep. I remember going to see Revenge of the Sith in the theaters, passing the fuck out.
Just to let you know, I waited 12 hours outside of theater to see Revenge of the Sith when that came out.
I napped through it.
You napped through. I waited 12 hours for that fucking movie.
Yeah.
In line.
So I have so many thoughts. So to be fair, I am now committed to finishing my Star Wars journey because I'm now 3 episodes in. I will finish. I cannot say that I will.
Where did you start? Because I mean, there's different places.
Episode 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so you starting with the prequels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I cannot promise that I will watch the like spin-off like Mandalorian and like Obi-Wan. Although I have heard Obi-Wan is fantastic. From my
Mandalorian
best friend.
is fucking fantastic too. Oh my god.
See, we watched the first couple episodes and I was like, meh.
It moves kind of. You got to the end of the first episode of The Mandalorian and thought, meh.
Yeah. Sure
Are
did.
you for real? How the ending of episode 1, The Mandalorian, like I felt another part of my brain open up, and my heart opened up too. Like a little compartment in my heart expanded, and I didn't know I had more love to give. And then that little character popped up, and I was just like, oh no, I do have more love to give. It's for you, like this adorable little thing.
So here's where I'm at.
Okay,
all right.
Wait. Before you say all this, can I make a prediction of what your thoughts on the prequels will be?
Yes.
You've watched the first 3, right?
Yes, but I need you to guess who my top 2 characters are. Start off with that.
Okay, I'm going to guess Padme.
That's a very interesting guess.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'd say Padme, if for nothing else than her bomb fucking outfits. And the fact this bitch loves to change outfits just to have a different conversation with someone.
Yeah.
Like she'll bring 10 outfits to do one task.
Yeah, when she was sleeping next to Anakin and she had that blue dress on with like the pearls.
Can we talk about that outfit? Because there's no way anyone, as a woman, could you sleep on a string of pearls?
No, that would be so painful.
George Lucas, you need to talk to women when you make these costumes.
But you know what? That is just the first thing in the long list of unrealistic fucking garbage in that thing. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Sorry, Star Wars wasn't realistic for you. I know what you mean though, because I have gripes about Superman movies, and it's like the guy's fucking flying, but I have an issue with like the way his spandex is like put it on his suit. I'm with you.
Okay.
So I think Padme probably just for the outfits alone. I think Padme, I mean, like I said, I'm a nerd, so I will go deep into like the fact that she's a strong female character and like all of this stuff. But no, her outfits are fucking bomb. And I think your other character you like, I feel like I don't know. I'm just going to say who I think is cool, who is Obi-Wan, but.
Interesting.
Okay. Who are your favorite characters? If you say Jar Jar, I'm going to throw you out the fucking window, though.
Okay. Number 1.
Misa, throw you out the fucking window.
No. Number 1, R2-D2.
Okay, fair enough.
My favorite. Number 2, Yoda.
Oh, these are both
honorable mention. Jar Jar Binks.
Fuck you. You have no idea how controversial the character of Jar Jar Binks was when that movie came out. Oh my god. That's why he's in it for like 2 fucking seconds in Attack of the Clones.
Cute. He's so dumb.
He's very dumb. But yeah, Yoda's great.
I love him.
How did you like when it went from episode 1 to 2? was it really jarring for you to watch the puppet Yoda, then go to the CGI Yoda?
To be honest, I didn't even fucking notice.
Oh, well, they got what they wanted then.
Beautiful.
Because I fucking noticed.
But remember, we talked about this. I don't watch movies to fucking figure shit out.
True.
I watch it to enjoy it.
True.
Which is, again, a big fucking issue I have with Star Wars. Because I was telling Ryan what was going to happen just because of what was going on. And I don't like that. It should not be that obvious to me.
Yeah.
I am not
Especially
watching...
for someone who doesn't have a lot of the Star Wars like mythos in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What did you think about like the space Jesus thing with Anakin? How he was like born of the Force, which apparently they've like tried to like retcon and explain now. I'm not going to get into it, but they've explained it. But in episode 1, they don't. So
okay, so let me start from the beginning. Okay, episode 1, big fat fucking nothing burger.
Yeah,
it was fucking useless.
Yeah, it was.
It's
all politics and like trade routes and blockades.
Yeah, and I'm like, cool. This is great. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's political shit that is then broken up with a really cool pod racing sequence that's like 30 minutes long and then a killer fight sequence at the end. Yeah. But that's it. With a banging soundtrack behind it.
Yes, but here's the thing. Right before, like, sorry, spoiler alert, Qui-Gon dies.
You do not have to put a spoiler alert on Star Wars stuff.
But if you haven't seen it, it's your own damn fault. It's my damn fault. Whatever.
Liam Neeson fucking dies in it.
They changed the fucking music. I literally looked around and I was like, he's going to die. They changed the music. There's no way he's walking out of this.
No.
And I'm sorry. These red shieldy things are just supposed to stop you. Bull fucking shit.
Get strap in because Star Wars is full of that stuff.
I'm like, all right, that's fucking bullshit. Whatever. So number 1,
you're thinking like Obi-Wan pacing, waiting for it to open up, like pacing behind the red laser wall.
Are you fucking kidding? Okay. Anyways, number 1, big fat fucking nothing burger. Okay. Number 2, also big fat fucking nothing burger.
Okay, can I tell you though, that movie. Okay, episode 1 came out when I was 13.
Okay.
So I was primed for it. Like perfect age. I still thought it was boring as shit. But like I know that movie means a lot to people and people have like looked back, like the Star Wars academics have gone back and realized or done work on like what episode 1 means and how it's better than it really is. I personally think it's still boring, but it is what it is. Episode 2, I was 16 when that came out. Mm-hmm. Do you know how hyped I was to see Hayden Christensen and Natalie and all of those like beautiful
Hayden Christensen is
dresses.
The guy who plays
Anakin as an adult 19, but he's supposed to be 19 in the movie, and all her beautiful dresses, that gorgeous Lake Como background, which by the way,
she looked beautiful.
Where they filmed that in Lake Como, you can go visit, like you can tour it.
Ryan told me that.
Yeah, I went to Lake Como. I went literally. Half of the reason was because of my love for this fucking movie. And I was like, I'm going to that goddamn house. They filmed that there. They filmed James Bond there. And we get there and we're there on Monday. We're in Lake Como Monday through Wednesday. And it's closed Monday through Wednesday every week. And I wanted to die.
Yep.
And I was very pissed. I got over it because you're still in Lake fucking Como and it's beautiful. But I did see it from afar. And it's just so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. But oh my God. I think Attack of the Clones might be the movie I've watched more than any other movie that exists.
That's the third one, right?
That's the second one. So that's the one where they like get together. And her wedding dress at the end. Oh my God.
Yeah, but like, okay.
With the 2 droids watching.
So I was on the phone with my friend last night. Mm-hmm. She's a Star Wars girly. Mm-hmm. I fucking cannot stand Anakin.
Oh, I don't.
So number 1. When I started watching,
he's a brat.
This shows. See, my thing isn't even the fact that he's a brat. So when we first started watching it, episode 1, I thought Qui-Gon was Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan was Anakin. Fair enough. Right from the jump, I was already confused at what was going on.
Fair enough, because you're like, why am I watching Darth Vader as a child?
Yeah, but then you meet Anakin.
Yeah.
Are you an angel?
Are you an angel?
Padme, and dialogue. You get this sick, fucking, nasty sexual tension between the two. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that wasn't well plotted.
Then
I'm okay with the age difference. I'm just not okay with the age difference
when he's a baby.
When he's like 10 years old and he's flirting with her. And
that's
weird. Even if she's not giving vibes back, you know what they're building to, and it's weird. It's weird watching the blossoms of it. If that's weird, it's gross.
Really wasn't into that. And then the whole second movie, it's just horn dog energy from Anakin.
And that's why I love it.
No, it's pathetic.
I would have rather seen it from Ewan McGregor, but
it is literally horn dog energy with like.
No, he is creepy with her.
It's disgusting.
He's like oppressively like will not take no for an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as an adult now, when I was a teenager, I was just like, oh my God, I love how he's pursuing her, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And as an adult, I'm just like, dude, no means fucking no.
Yeah. Like, fuck
I mean,
off.
we wouldn't have Luke and Leia, but it's not well plotted in that aspect. This wasn't a well plotted romance.
So you want to talk about why I don't like Padme?
You don't like Padme?
I did in episode 1 and 2.
Because she fell for this shit? But okay, but I hate her in episode 3 too. I don't hate her. I don't like what they did with her character. Like she's fucking brushing curly hair, which every woman knows you do not brush curly hair.
Correct.
You comb it. So she's sitting there brushing out her curly hair and literally twirling her fucking hair around her finger going like, I love you. No, I love you. Oh, so you're blinded by love? Oh no. It's just like, oh my God, you are a fucking politician. You were like going to war for your planet, and now you're twirling your goddamn hair with a brush, no less, talking to Anakin about if you're blinded by love or like, oh my fucking Jesus.
See, my thing is, episode 3, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Right?
She got some good hairstyles in episode 3.
But then she dies.
This okay.
But here's the thing.
This was so unfair to do to Padme.
Here's where I have some
Most
issues.
Bullshit death in the world.
All right. So when she tells Anakin, we're going to have a baby, she says baby.
Yeah, she does.
She does not say baby.
It's very 90210, that whole scene. And I'm like, it just felt out of place.
But then, you know, like they,
I guess they don't have ultrasounds. I don't know.
But then she's going to die during childbirth, right? So this whole time...
It's a good guess, yeah, at that point, yeah.
So this whole time, she has no fucking idea that she has twins.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she's dying because fucking dickhead decided to...
Go to the dark side?
Go to the dark side. And still does not know that she has twins, is laying there dying on the bed. Luke. Leia.
Her, like, one contribution as a mother.
And you wouldn't be like, oh my God, there's 2. Oh my God, I have a will to live now.
No, they gave Padme a very self-involved death, which by the way, did not line up with the character they built for her.
That fucking woman was out there fighting for her people, doing all of this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
And once she got pregnant, you would think she would be like that with her baby, but they turned her into like, almost like a teen mom thing where she was just like, oh, let's put the nursery here and I'm going to twirl my hair. And it was like these fantasies. And I'm just like, Padme wouldn't be doing that. She'd be far more focused. And she does mention it, but she'd be far more focused on how she was going to remain in the Senate.
Yeah.
What was going to happen, like the logistics of hiding the pregnancy, more than like what they're going to paint the fucking nursery or like what direction it's going to face the lake or whatever they talked about.
Yeah. Like that's so fucking dumb. Like, I don't know.
Can I just tell you, though, that one of my favorite, as stupid as that death scene is, because she, like, lost the will to live. Go fuck yourself. You could not have written a better death scene for her. Like, you should have had Anakin kill her. He should have just killed her.
He choked her.
Yeah. But
should have just did a thing.
That should have been it. Choked her, and it would just build so much more for Anakin's story, too, I feel like. But the birthing droid is, like, one of my favorite scenes ever, because it's so silly. Ooba, ooba.
Well, and then, like, the whole thing around her legs, like... That's
the plastic
so
curtain.
Unrealistic.
Oh, I know.
I haven't had kids. I haven't had kids, but like they fucking hoist your legs up from what I've seen.
They don't just hoist your legs up. They make you sit on a birthday ball. You'll squat. It's like whatever.
No, but I'm saying like when you have it and you're pushing, your legs are like hiked up to your shoulders.
Also, there was not enough width because, you know, I feel like as women, we pay attention to this stuff. There was not enough width for her to give birth under that curtain. Yeah, her legs should have been like fucking splayed open.
They were just like this.
Like, do people understand that giving birth like literally breaks you in half? And I don't expect Star Wars to get into how like women rip or anything, but that's
unrealistic.
It is unrealistic. But I fucking love the droid. It's so funny. Whenever I even think of the Uba, it makes me laugh. I actually had Uba as my Twitter bio for a while. And if anyone saw it and got the reference, I love you for that. But I do love that. And the whole Luke Leia thing was, I mean, like I said, her one contribution, but they really did Padme dirty, big time. But she did get a beautiful funeral.
I mean, yes, but where the fuck? No. Nope.
Also, Anakin got over it pretty fucking fast. His whole, I saw this, his Frankenstein moment, his very like unsubtle Frankenstein moment. I did see on Twitter, which made me laugh so hard. It was that scene where he like, right when he asks Palpatine, "Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she all right?"
You act like she would ever fucking talk to you again. You fucking choked her.
Also, dude, you have like no limbs. I don't know what the relationship is done. Not that that's fair, but like you murdered children and you also fell into lava. Like I think when you put those two things together, but I forget who it was that died. But I remember something happened when Trump was still president. They mentioned to him someone had died and it was a woman, and his reaction was just so like, "Oh, no way." Oh,
I remember this.
Yeah, and he was like, "I had no idea." Oh, well, she lived a good life, but that's sad. I'm just learning about this now. Oh, that's sad for her. She was great, but that's really sad, or whatever. And they took that dialogue and they put it over the picture of Anakin learning about Padme, and I was like, "That's so accurate to what really happened, though." Like, oh man, she was a great lady. Yeah, she was fantastic. That's too bad.
Yeah, okay. And here's my thing with the unrealisticness of Star Wars. So I can buy into everything, the weird alien looking people, the flying cars.
Are you going to mention explosions in space?
No.
Okay.
The fight scenes. There are so many goddamn times when it was Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting somebody else. You could have fucking taken that man out. You literally had his back. What the fuck are you doing? Fucking kill him. Yeah. And then
But then you don't get to show off all the cool new choreography.
But that's fucking dumb. Don't create a situation in which I can obviously see there's an easy out for you. That's stupid. And then in episode 3, when they're at the lava, like they miraculously
Mustafa. The planet is Mustafa.
They miraculously jump yards to land on this.
No. That makes sense. That makes sense, and I will explain it to you because you don't have backstory here. The Jedi can use the Force in multitudes of ways. They only show some of them sometimes in Star Wars. Like they can if you're weak-minded, they can kind of make you do what you want. They want you to do. They can make things float. Yeah. They can calm. They can use Force calm, and they can like jump very far because they're lifting themselves.
Which is fine. I understand that.
Okay.
But you cannot tell me that you would jump so far and not have any sort of reaction when you land.
I mean, he does. I mean, the thing kind of goes. I mean,
no. When you fucking jump anywhere, you fucking hit that ground hard.
But here's the thing. He was levitating himself a bit. So he was landing not as hard as he would have otherwise.
I don't believe it. I'm sorry. No, I don't believe it.
I literally just gave you an answer.
No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And then
what I don't buy is the whole, it's over. I have the high ground, which has always been a joke, whatever. Like the whole thing comes down to him having the high ground. Yeah. It's like a little bit of a cop-out, but
then, when they, I forget what movie this was in because I watched like all of them like.
Props to you though, for
Monday,
like, especially
Tuesday,
the prequels, like watching them all, like, thank you.
Because now that I'm
as a Star Wars fan, thank you for doing that.
Now that I'm in it, I have to stay up on it. They're in this elevator fight scene, whatever. He jumps through this little hole in the elevator.
Oh, everything that happens on General Grievous's ship is kind of like, even for Star Wars, is a little much.
But like, there is no even reaction of like you like pulling your no bullshit.
You will love, by the way, then the sequel trilogy that has Adam Driver and the Disney Plus series because
is he the one who plays Kylo Ren?
He is.
Okay.
And you will love the Disney Plus series because they kind of changed the fighting style a bit. I feel like every trilogy for Star Wars has a different sort of fighting style. The one from the prequels that you watched was very intensive, very fancy choreography. Like it was a very choreographed fight, like lots of fancy moves. The original trilogy was much slower, and it makes sense because of where the characters are in episode 4 and 5 and 6. But when you get to the sequel trilogy, it's like a mixture of the formal choreography. But the thing is, they've directed it in a way where you can see the physical toll it takes to have these lightsaber fights.
Good.
You will love that. Especially Adam Driver huffing and puffing and sweating. And it's just like, oh my God, the whole like, just step on me. Like, I know like that's a joke. But like that stems from something real, right? Because when I watch Adam Driver have a lightsaber battle, I'm just like, oh my God, just fucking kick me in the face. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like this feral need for Adam Driver to fucking throw you across the room or something. And that's why I love that skit by John Oliver. But it's not just him. It's like anyone that battles with lightsaber or anything else, and like I said, they're sweating, they're grunting, I love it. I love it. It's like the sequel trilogy and the Disney Plus series get it right, in my opinion. Good. Exactly like the Goldilocks lightsaber style fighting. Yeah. That's it.
Well, because it's like, okay, so I'm into the whole fancy choreography. I'm into it. You have a fucking lightsaber that is a weapon that is completely out of this world. Fucking go ham. Pop the fuck off. Do what you want. But like, you're not going to tell me we're fighting in this room and then
Gigabyte's like, I don't like Star Wars. I don't like this guy.
He's actually been watching them.
Has he?
Yeah, he likes to watch them.
You can't see him, but he's like over here.
So in episode 3, they're fighting in this one room and then they magically open a door and then they go onto the balcony and then they flip a gazillion times and land on this one pipe that is circular and they're just doing these dances and they're flipping and they're, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they jump onto the little...
They just do a bunch of impossible things after impossible thing after impossible thing.
Like, I mean, I can subscribe to everything else.
I would I literally would tell you, like, Kristen, it's Star Wars, get over it. Except, clearly, the people behind Star Wars at Lucasfilm agree because they've made specific changes, I feel like, to the sequel trilogy and the resulting Disney Plus series that make it so it's not that ridiculously easy for them to do these supernatural stunts and stuff.
Because I just feel like it takes you out of it.
It does.
Right? If I'm somebody who's not into it.
And I like my Star Wars gritty, personally. I like to see the sweat all along the hairline of Rey, which she's got that wet hairline look and like her hair sticking to her face and she's dirty because she's literally been in a lightsaber battle fighting for her life for the past 10 minutes and like girls huffing and puffing. Yeah. Because I would be. Well, I would be dead within like 2 seconds. But
I would jump and I'd be out of breath. You know, but then on the other hand, with Anakin, I understand because I made this joke about how I hate Katara from Avatar, and I also hate Anakin. And so Ryan was like, "Who do you hate more, Katara or Anakin?" And I said Katara because she's stupid. But with Anakin, my biggest fear in life is people that I love dying because I don't have any control over that.
No, me too. Me too.
So
that's my biggest fear.
Unfortunately,
you relate to why he went kind of.
I do. Yeah. And in the event I had that option, I would probably fucking take it. I don't like him. But if I had the option to be able to stop every single person that I love from dying.
Let's pivot for a second because I actually want to talk about this because this is my biggest fear as well, is losing someone that I love. And I'm going to preface this by saying that I've been very lucky in life that I have not. When you get older, you know, you lose grandparents and obviously it's awful, but like there's a way of life where you know you're going to lose people as you get older. The grandparent that I was closest to, my grandma, who basically helped raise me as a kid because my mom would like drop us off at her house. She's having her 95th birthday next week.
Oh, that's
so she's still here and I haven't lost, you know, relatives that I feel like I haven't lost any relatives that I wasn't meant to lose yet. Yeah. And I also haven't really lost animals, except for my cat that passed away during the pandemic, and I'm still not over it. Yeah. I'm actually very grateful. To me, she was too young. She was 14. Yeah. She passed away from pancreatitis. And she was my baby. She was my little girl. I'm not going to cry, I promise. I've gotten this all out.
I'll probably cry on this topic.
Oh, God. Okay. But I honestly like, had a mental breakdown about it. Like I've never felt grief like that. Never felt grief like that. And I mean, there's a whole other thing with pets too, because you're the one that has to be there when it happens. And that is so traumatizing. And I know you guys don't listen to the podcast for like that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to get into it. But just that little taste of losing someone I love, I was like, how am I going to do this when it's my mom? Yeah. Not that losing Zoe, who's my cat, was a huge downgrade from losing my mom, but like, I am never going to get over losing her. Yeah. And my mom is my mom. Yeah. So what the fuck am I going to do? Oh yeah. I've literally always said like, I need to have like a padded room, like on reserve.
Oh, for sure.
Because I will not know there. I think I saw this in a movie too, where the guy was talking about losing his wife or something. And he was just like, you understand, like, I'm not going to be able to, I won't feel real. I won't even know what a tree is. I will disassociate that much. I'm like, that's going to be me. Yeah. I'm going to have to disassociate and like not know where I am. And that's scary. Yeah. And that's one of my biggest fears too.
When I was younger, my mom's mom was my everything. So my grandma, And she was in hospice, and I don't know what possessed me. I turned to my mom. I was like, Mom, she's gonna die today. We have to go. And all my fucking relatives made me say goodbye to her last, because they knew that once I did, she was gonna go, because like I was like the
She
love
was
of
waiting.
her life. Yeah. And that was like the first time where I just felt immense pain.
Yeah.
I already know when this motherfucker goes,
Oh, good.
I'm not even kidding you, I will go broke trying to keep this guy alive.
Yeah.
There's in no way, shape, or form am I ever going to be able to put him down, because I love him so much. No, that's just not a call that I can make.
Have you ever had to make that call with an animal?
Unfortunately. And it was the worst thing. But at the time, I was still a kid and I was living at home.
Yeah.
You know, and I was with my parents and it was different. He is mine, you know. But we've talked about this. I lost the most important person in my life. Yeah. Obviously, besides like my parents. My parents thankfully are still here and Ryan's still here. But she was somebody I was not supposed to lose.
Yeah.
Her name was Alexa. Ew. And she was 13.
Yeah.
You know, and she was just the world's most amazing human. Like,
it's one of those things that makes you question like the universe, because like,
oh my God,
why?
And we became like instant best friends. Like I literally, there's nothing on this planet that I would not have done for her. But ever since she had cancer, she would always do these really incredible things to raise money for pediatric cancer. She did lemonade stands. She made blankets. She made pillowcases.
Yeah.
Whatever she could do to raise money, she would do. And so, unfortunately, during the pandemic, she got sick again. And she passed away. And I can tell you, that is the worst thing in the entire world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not being able to do anything.
Yeah.
And like, knowing that she's terminal and having to have conversations with her about her future and what she wants and all the dogs that she wanted, because all she really wanted was dogs. And we were supposed to live and be neighbors and have one big yard and our dogs could run around. And it's like having to have those conversations, and I'm not even her mom.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so she called me her big sister and she was my little sister. And like, there is truthfully nothing more painful than that. Like, desperately wanting to change something so permanent, like, and not being able to. Yeah. If I lose my job, great, I can get another one. You know, but like with death and stuff, that's it.
There was a friend of mine went to a conference. It was kind of like a TED Talk thing, and she was kind of putting it on her stories, and there was a photo, and on the photo was what was on the projector, which said like, what is like the thing that is always following us around that no one acknowledges, and we all live like our everyday life and stuff. And I messaged her. I was like, it's death. Yeah. Like, he's talking about death. And she was like, yeah, he was. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, because I think about death all the fucking time. And it like, it's part of I have such existential depression and anxiety from it. Like the whole concept of it, I just feel like why do we have to have a concept of our own mortality? Yeah. It is not cool. It is not cool. And it's not cool to have to lose people, but like, there's no but to it. But I'm just saying, like, the whole concept, and we have like cognitive dissonance with it. Like, we literally have to ignore that this is a thing that happens to all of us and impacts us in ways that go beyond just us dying. Because in my opinion, it's far scarier to lose people you love. And you agree. Worst. So I
remember when my grandmother was dying, they said that she was dying because of heart failure. I was more than willing to give her my heart. I didn't care. Aww. You know what I mean? Because I at the time, I was...
Yeah, you were a child.
You know, there was nothing I wanted more than my grandma to be alive. Yeah. And then with Alexa, if I could have given her anything, I would have.
Of course you would have.
Like, she needed a liver. Great, she can have mine. She wants lungs. Great, have mine. Yeah. Legs. Great, take them. Arms. Fine. You know? Yeah. You want my hair to make a wig? Great, let's do it. You know, there was nothing that I literally would not have given to save this girl's life because I loved her so much.
I will say this about you though. Kristen, I know a lot about Alexa because I'm friends with Kristen. Yeah. Kristen makes damn sure that everyone that comes into contact with Kristen knows who Alexa is, knows what a gift she was. Her memory is shared through so many people because Kristen does the loving thing of making sure that this pure soul is known, like her existence was known and her existence mattered.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much more you can do with such an unfair blow in life.
Well, yeah, and it's so fucking shitty, and like, you know, just not to make everything about me, but like,
you can make this about you, girl. Like,
but like, this is just my experience with it.
Yeah.
There's so many people who have.
Oh yeah, you read about tragedies and you're like,
similar things.
Fuck, is someone gonna get over this?
Yeah, or like, you know, because Ryan gets so annoyed with me because we shop at Best Buy a lot. Obviously, we have a whole lot of tech and garbage in here, but during the holiday season, they raise money for St. Jude.
Oh.
And I literally get so mad at him when he forgets to donate at the end of every purchase that we have at Best Buy during the holiday season, because it's like,
well, it's a tax write-off for them. That's why they do it.
I don't care.
But just make the donation outside of Best Buy.
Well, that too, but like we do donate every year. But it's like, that's just an extra thing for them, you know? Unfortunately, you know, but that's my soft spot, right? Sick kids, because of Alexa.
No, me too.
She changed my life. You know, kids needing school supplies, as great as that is, I will donate occasionally, but I'm not like militant about it.
My charities of choice, my donations of choice go to animal rescue and animal welfare. But I mean, pediatric cancer is anything pediatric. It's just like, how do you explain? I mean, I'm an adult and I can't, like I said, I have existential issues with losing people and death. How the fuck do you expect a child to understand that?
Yeah. And it was just like, I don't know. And I
don't understand it.
I knew that her dying was going to change my life. It's just one of those things. But like, I heard something, it's probably on TikTok, to be honest. I don't know how true it is.
I was gonna be like, I heard something on WandaVision that was really touching, but
it was like something about trauma, and you know, you've experienced something traumatic when you think back to it and you see everything in like third person. So like,
that's true.
When I think back to Alexa's funeral, I remember everything, and I see everything so clearly in my mind. I remember walking in and there being a line out the door, and me being so damn proud that there was a line out the door. I was like, yes, baby. Like, I was so proud. And then I walked in and they were playing the Beatles. And literally, when I'm thinking about this, I'm literally watching myself walk in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but obviously I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I remember walking in, like seeing myself in my sequin dress, because her and I had matching Disneyland 60th sequin jackets.
Aww.
And she passed away in June in Las Vegas. I don't know if y'all have ever been to Las Vegas in June. It's hot as shit.
I was gonna say it's the surface of the sun.
Yeah. So so I did not wear my jacket, but I wore a sequin dress because the jacket had sequins on them. And I just like after like hearing that, like that made complete sense to me. That was such a terrible day.
Yeah.
And I remember it so clearly, but not from my body. Yeah. I remember it from like literally being somebody else there.
Your brain, you know, they've studied this a lot, but and I'm not obviously a professional in it, but anyone that's gone through something that's traumatic knows that your brain rewires itself a bit. Especially
she's doing work.
she's rewriting half my brain right now.
Yeah.
But rewires kind of how you conceptualize it, how you remember it, how you picture it, the feelings you have attached to it. Mm-hmm. It's all survival instinct, right? But also I personally, I can't even think, I only dip back into memories of losing my cat, like the day I lost her for like 2 seconds, and I bounced right the fuck out of there. Like in my head, I was just like, nope, I can't do this because I will be done the entire day. Yeah. I will be a fucking mess the entire day. And I'll probably squeeze my cat that I have now, I always had him with Zoe, but I look at him now, he's 8 next month. And she passed at 14. And I'm like, I'm just going to squeeze the shit out of him and be like of mice and men. And I don't want to do that to him. But yeah, I can't even have the memory. And I know this, I kind of mentioned it real quick, and it's kind of silly, but it's not silly because Star Wars and things like Marvel and things like that can be very impactful.
Yes.
And can be very therapeutic. Like in WandaVision, like you just said, you related a lot to why Anakin had his downfall. Like he would give anything. in WandaVision, you know, Wanda is one deranged bitch, and that's why we love her.
Yes, true.
And you see the progression, especially in WandaVision, more than the movies, of how much grief this poor girl has gone through.
Yeah.
And exactly where if you had these powers, if I had those powers, I would have, I mean, it's unconscious.
Yeah.
But my grief would have fucking created a whole fucking town and like made this little bubble for me to make myself safe from anything else that could hurt me.
Without a doubt.
Totally. And when I was having the memory of Vision talking to her, if you, I mean, I assume most people have seen WandaVision.
Yeah.
If you haven't, fucking watch it. It's amazing. It was actually kind of what unlocked my obsession with Marvel.
There's also a dick on the wall.
There's a dick on the wall?
Apparently it's a lobster, but it looks like a dick.
You mean in the 80s episode where it's a cake
on the kitchen?
It's a cake mold.
Yeah, but it looks like a dick.
It does look like a dick.
It's a lobster.
Keep your eye out
apparently.
for it.
You're welcome.
That is not a lobster. That is a penis.
It has to be a penis. That's the only thing I'm taking it.
But there's a part where she had just lost her brother and Vision's talking to her. It's a memory, and he very succinctly says, and props to the writer who wrote this, what is grief if not love persevering? Yeah. And literally the second that line was said, I just started crying because I was just like, that is such a healthy, true, and validating way to put it.
Yeah.
And it makes me, when I have existential crises and stuff, it's just kind of like, and they talk about this in Interstellar too. In Interstellar, they talk about like why, what is the social function, utility of love in the human race, or in the animal kingdom? Like, what is the utility, the social utility? Okay, to procreate, to have babies, to make sure there's more of the species, all this stuff. Yes, and they're talking about it, and they're basically saying it's kind of in the plot. But essentially, there's no social utility because she's like, what about people we've lost? What about people who've died and you still have love for them? What social utility does that have?
That's fair.
It doesn't go anywhere. And they're like, there is none. So what's the point of love then? And it's just like, there has to be a bigger point. There has to be. And it ends up, that's basically pretty much the message of the movie. Watch Interstellar. It's fucking fantastic. But I have a lot of existential crisis about like the universe and everything. And I love movies that make me feel not as small and make my little insignificant like relationship with my pet in the long term of how grand the universe is, make it seem like it is significant. Yeah. You know what I mean? And WandaVision did this too in its own way. And I just thought that was really, really beautiful. And if you know me personally, or if you followed me on Twitter before I started the pod, you know how the chokehold this fucking show had on me when it was on. And by the way, one of our good friends actually bought me a gift that was like recently that was just so sweet. It was like, it's like a wood carving, and it has like what is grief if not love persevering on it, and it was just so thoughtful, and I was like, oh my god, you have no idea what this quote means to me, but they do. That's why they bought it for me. So thank you, Kathy. So that was very nice. But the chokehold, the death grip this show had on me, like every fucking day I was like, okay, I have a theory, and like was by the way, all of my theories were wrong. And I was. There's the scene at the end where Agatha is like walking Wanda through her traumatic memories or whatever.
I'm so excited for her series.
Oh, me too. And Agatha's like sees a memory and she's like, I have a theory, but I need more. And another friend tagged me and it was like, this is Tara. Like this whole series is, I have a theory, but I need more. And it's so true. It's so true. And I'm very excited. And actually, I'm honestly kind of pissed at myself because I did one of those like anonymous question things on Instagram. And one of the questions was like, what's your top 3 female crushes? And I'm not bisexual, but I did get a question about that. And I posted that like, oh yeah, I think about it sometimes, but I don't identify as bisexual. And my top 3 were Zoe Kravitz, Betty Gilpin, who's from, Glow. Love her. And she's also a fantastic actress. And, oh my God, what was my number 1? What the fuck is wrong with me?
It wasn't Wanda? It wasn't Elizabeth Olsen?
No, I can't remember who my number 1 was. What was wrong with me? The point is, it wasn't Catherine Hahn.
Oh, it was Florence Pugh.
Thank you, Florence Pugh. Yes, it was. But I went after I posted, I was like, no, Catherine Hahn. Oh, fuck. like 4. If I had to knock one off, it'd be Betty Gilpin. But yeah, Catherine Hahn. Ugh, love her. She's just such a good actress. People that are talented. Yeah. Like, oh, I love her. So, she's so funny too.
I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but it happens to me. Talking about loving talented people. When I
oh my god, thank you so much.
Watch somebody who is just so talented at what they do, primarily happens when I go see like a Broadway show. I cry.
That's not That's not stupid.
Like, just I would just love to be so talented at something.
It's also very inspiring and moving to see someone doing something they were called to do.
Yeah.
And being given like the platform to just go ape shit.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. And
go for it.
I just cry because like that is just such a fucking cool ass thing, you know? Like when we went to New York and I saw Wicked, this is like one of the best days of my life. And we saw this girl who I like really kind of like wasn't like super excited to see play Alphabet because I had seen her in the Glee project and I really didn't care for her personality on that. And then she actually made it onto Glee. Hated her fucking character.
Was this the Marley person?
No, I did not care for her either.
Okay, that's the only person I know.
This is the girl who she was one of like the contestants for Niata and she competed against Kurt and Rachel. And like basically her storyline was like she was like the Gerber baby because like you know how like they love to give people like the most obnoxious ass random ass jobs. And so
wait, was this a fake storyline or a real one?
That was the fake storyline.
Okay, I was like, was she really the Gerber baby?
But so she was our Alphaba.
Okay.
Oh my fucking God!
Did she kill it?
Bitch, make a liar out of me. She was so good. Like
I love that.
I
love being made a liar out of.
I cried the entire time. And like the best song everybody knows is Defying Gravity.
Oh yeah. She just nailed it.
Ryan literally thought
Don't they go up to like a note G or something in that song?
And Ryan literally was like unsure if I was having like an exorcism or an orgasm because
Probably the latter.
I was just shaking and crying because this bitch was so good.
It's a pretty good orgasm.
She was just so good. And it was just like, and like I am somebody who like is a pain in the ass and I need things to sound the same as they did as when I fell in love with them. Right? So when
that's
people
pain in the ass. This is standards.
No, but like when they do a
no one's allowed
run,
to grow. How I started to love you has to remain the same.
Yeah. Well, like okay, like with Wicked, right? It like Idina Menzel was Alphaba.
Adele Dazeem?
Adele Dazeem, yeah. Like one of the most talented singers on this fucking planet.
Yeah, she is.
And so I fell in love
Killer
with
jawline too.
Oh my God, I know, bitch. I fell in love with like how she did it, the runs, the timing, everything that she did. And so when people do that, especially, you know, even with like well-known songs like Disney songs and like you watch like these like covers and stuff.
Yeah.
When they take a lot of liberty, 9 times out of 10, not really
like
for me.
Fergie singing the national anthem, but for a Disney song.
Yeah. Like not my favorite thing. Oh, this bitch could have like sang it backwards and I would have been like, amazing.
Love you. You're so great. You're so great.
Yeah. And my second favorite, my first favorite song is No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. And Homegirl did this run and I was like, oh my God.
You were like up, standing up and like crying and clapping. Like, oh my God.
It was so embarrassing because at the time, masks were still mandated on Broadway. And I was wearing my black.
I think they only recently got rid of that. Like very recently.
I was wearing my black KN95 sobbing. The whole thing was like wet after. And I was like, oh.
I'm so happy. But you know, I'm happy you brought this up because we actually have a topic for today.
Yeah, we do.
We always go on tangents until like, I don't know, 45 minutes in. I don't even want to know where we are right now, but maybe it's 45 minutes in.
Probably.
And the topic was dreams as an adult. And that seems very general. Yeah. But like in our culture, especially in the hustle culture that we have, although post-pandemic, I think we're starting to realize how fucked up that culture is.
And we know our worth now, baby.
It's kind of what dreams you have as an adult that do not have to do with work.
Yeah, because I saw a tweet recently and I was talking to Tara about this before we started. She apparently says that it has like a backstory. But I saw it and it was like, I do not dream of labor. Abso-fucking-lutely
To the question, like, what's your dream job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I do not dream of labor.
Why? I don't want to work, to be honest with you.
It's one of those, it comes from a video and I forget who in the video said it, but I did see it in a video and the way they said it was fantastic. Cause it was like, I do not dream of labor. Like it was just, it was a very like Massachusetts Jackie O way of answering it, which was fantastic.
But like, why the fuck do we all have to have dream jobs?
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that you realize is ingrained in you.
Yeah.
And then someone just answers like that and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. It was.
Why do I have a dream job?
It was such like I don't know, just like one of those moments where
Yeah,
I
it's
was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's an aha moment.
You know, because in my mind, very surface level, I just want to be hot and rich.
Oh my God, same.
Like, because I just want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if one day that's starting a podcast, bitch, we're going to start a podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about going to a job to get the time off, to make the money, because I already have it. And if I could look in the mirror and be like, damn, bitch, you fine as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I should be doing that now, but I don't. So if I feel hot and then I have the money to just do whatever the fuck I want, that's what I want.
Yeah, me too.
Like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to, no.
I don't think there's anything wrong. Anything wrong. If your aspiration, well, no, because there's difference between aspirations and dreams. And I was like telling you about that a bit. In my opinion, there is. And there's nothing wrong with your ultimate dream being to float in a fucking lazy river that you custom built at your mansion in Laguna Beach that overlooks the ocean with a ridiculously hot husband that just has a job that takes them away like 3 weeks every month. So you have the whole house to yourself for 3 weeks. And then when he's back for the week, you just like fuck like rabbits. And it's great. And then it's like, bye, I'm going to live my life and have my hobbies. And I love you. Stay safe. Hope your plane doesn't crash. But I'm just going to like have my whole life in my lazy river and have my friends over, and I'm gonna watch WandaVision 10 times, or what I'm doing now, which is I'm watching the Ryan Murphy Show Feud with Betty and Joan. That literally came on and I loved it, and then they took it off the airwaves. They took it off streaming. I have not been able to find it for like 5 fucking years, and finally it's back, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching this bitch again.
There you go.
And now I'm on last episode. But I would also love to do that in a mansion I custom built.
Yeah.
In a house I have to myself with like literally
with your house paid off.
With my house paid off. And I want, I also, okay, this is the dream. This is seriously my dream. I always want like a basement level.
Okay.
That is just a spa.
I love that.
So there's a lap pool. There's a regular saltwater pool. There's a cold plunge.
It's a lot of water.
Oh my God, yeah. And there's like a massage table, but there's a massage therapy area. There's like a cryo freeze area. There is like,
this is sounding like Kendall Jenner's dream house.
Oh yeah, I want all that shit. I want all the cool shit. I want a sauna, like a dry sauna, a wet sauna. I want like a salon. Have you watched Loot?
No.
So it's a Maya Rudolph show on Apple TV now.
I love her.
Oh, she's great in it. And it's clearly based on Mackenzie Bezos.
Okay.
Because it's basically about this super rich woman worth billions because her husband's a high-tech billionaire and she was with him from the beginning. And like it was her, she allowed him to like start his company because she was the one making the money at first. And then he divorces her because they had no prenup. She got billions of billions.
As she should.
And then she starts getting really involved in philanthropic work and charities, just like Mackenzie Bezos. And but I could care less about the helping people part. I mean, that's great, but I'm watching it for the shots of the inside of her house and her closet because they show her closet with all the purses, all the Birkins, all the Kellys, all the Gucci's. And I'm just like, I love this show. I want to live in this show.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. Yeah. And the second her husband left her, I was like, girl, now you got the dream.
Yeah.
Now you have the dream.
See, it's so interesting that is your dream.
Mm-hmm. One of them. Yeah.
Like, we talked about this on the podcast.
Kind of half kidding dream, but yeah, it's there.
But like, I could not be like, if I could be in Ryan's skin, that would be close enough for me.
I know.
So like, if he left me for 3, oh God, I would be.
I say this though, that I'm not in love right now. So
that's true.
I have crushes.
Yeah. And
that's why I'm like, I can like be in my life a little bit. That's great. That's what a crush level is. But no, I've had people that I felt very close to that you feel about Ryan, and being in love is another thing entirely. But like, my dream is to literally get surgically fused to his body.
See, so here's my dream. My house is a mix of Vanessa Hudgens. This is going to be a big fucking surprise to everybody. Ready? A blend of Vanessa Hudgens and Hilary Duff's, because they both did Architectural Digest videos.
They did. Hilary Duff's kids' room was insane.
Yeah, she has a fucking ball pit and a trampoline. And you know what? Add Cara Delevingne's, because that had a very nice little elevated aesthetic on a gorgeous Spanish-style mansion.
Oh, like the old Hollywood Spanish style. Oh my God, love those.
Big, sexy, big
love
beams.
Those.
Big ornate
big
doors.
Sexy wood beams.
Yeah, big ornate doors that are not like, they're custom doors.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want.
From a house that was built in 1921.
I want an extra house, like a little casita.
Yeah.
That I can just play in. You know, if I want to take photos, great. If I want to get glam, great. If we want a podcast, great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't interfere because, I mean, you're here now. For those of you who don't know, I have a 2-story apartment. I live upstairs and down here is like a studio. I don't like the fact that the two touch each other. It really drives me nuts. So one place where I could go play, and I want a hammock, and I want this, and I want a big fat fucking yard for this sack of potatoes right over here. And like, I just want money to just be able to do whatever I feel like doing.
Yeah.
Right? If I want to go shopping, great. I don't have to look at a price tag, even if it's a $62 bodysuit.
Here's the thing. I don't think these are dreams that aren't universally shared. Like, these are not unique dreams. So my question is, what's a really weird one, or one you think is very unique to you?
Okay.
Because when I said lazy river, I was being very specific. Like, that is 100% my dream. I could stay in lazy river for 48 hours straight and be perfectly happy. I want a fountain soda machine.
I would take that. I love a fountain machine.
From McDonald's, because that's God tier.
Yes, it is.
I want it calibrated exactly the same. I'll get back on the caffeine.
And you have to get the bigger straws too, because I do think that plays a bit into it.
They did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to get the bigger straws.
Yeah,
it's useless. Okay, so oddly specific. Here's the deal.
Okay.
I want a TV show about my life.
I love it.
Very.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch Euphoria, because there's a whole episode about a girl doing this.
I can't get into Euphoria.
Just watch the episode of the girl making a TV show about her life. It's Maud Apatow's character. It's so good. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go on.
But yeah, but it's just like.
By the way, because it's exposed, Kristen has a tattoo as she's saying this that says main character. Yes. Which, by the way, I love this tattoo.
Yes, I do. So I think I've said it here before. Like, I fully believe that I am like Hannah Montana, Sharpay Evans, like all kind of rolled into one. Mm-hmm. But it would be like me with like my friends and like doing passion projects and stuff like that. So it'd be literally like Real Housewives mixed with like The Buried Life. Did you ever watch that?
The Buried Life?
Yeah, it was on MTV. It was basically this group of friends who had a bucket list. And so they would help somebody cross off a bucket, like something off their bucket list, and they would help them cross something off their bucket list.
Okay.
Like, how fucking cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, if I could like guest star on like a Disney Channel show.
Even in these days when Disney Channel shows are like not a thing, Disney streaming.
Yes.
Okay.
Or like, because growing up, I always wanted to be like an actress. I either wanted to be on Disney Channel or I wanted to do like a Hallmark movie. I've never wanted to do like big movies because like meh. Mm-hmm. But like I want the fun stuff.
Like, I don't want the tentpole movies. I want the
I want like the little straight to DVD ones.
I want to be the live action Cinderella 3. Which is a really good movie, by the way.
Or like the Cinderella stories. Like there's like 50 gazillion of them now.
Yeah, Never After's the best one.
Like I just want to be able, like, or if I, like, one thing I dream about is being so vocally talented that I could go to karaoke with my friends and be like, no, I'm shy, and just blow everybody out of the fucking water. So, like, one day I wake up on a Tuesday, I want one of the best vocal coaches. Charge it. And then that's my new thing.
See, for me,
you know,
I can't have a dream like that because I know for a fact this throat ain't ever producing something that sounds remotely listenable. I mean, I hope talking, yes, because you're listening to this right now, but singing wise, no. I went through a phase when I was 13 where I wanted to be a pop star. I was 13. It was like, for me, it was the age of Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson.
Oh, with the head mic?
Yes. Oh, if you
ever loved a head mic,
if you ever give me a chance to wear a Britney, it's just straight up a Britney Spears mic. Yeah. That's all that is. It will forever be a Britney Spears mic.
We should do that for Halloween.
I actually went as I did that for Halloween already.
We'll get you a head mic.
In high school, I went as her in the Crazy video with the black pants, and she had like the glitter green crop top with the crimped hair, and then she had like the Britney microphone. I totally did that.
I love that.
I loved Britney. I still love Britney Spears, but I really loved Britney Spears. The unique way she's babe. That thing, it was just like, oh yeah, give me that stupid throaty voice, girl.
Oh yeah.
And then you watch her when she was like 8 on God, God, what the fuck was that show called? The little kids trying to be stars. It was hosted by Ed McMahon. Star Search. And it shows her like 8 years old on Star Search. And she's singing, and like this voice that comes out of this little girl is like so big.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then when you went to be a singer, I mean, we all ate it up, but they literally put you in this little box where you had to sound like, oh my, and that's the only way you could sing any song forevermore.
Well, that also happened to Jessica Simpson, because I just saw a video of her on TikTok.
Oh God, she sings live. She's so ugly.
From Chorus Line. Mm-hmm. And she could not have been older than like.
No, she's one of those singers like Mariah Carey and Idina Menzel who can like hit that one note that like only a few singers can.
But like, it was so good.
Oh, she's fantastic.
But then like now, or like even when she was producing music, is Big Fat Nothing Burger.
Here's the thing, Jessica. First of all, have you seen her actually sing live?
No.
She's the ugliest singer.
In that video.
She's the ugliest singer singing live, because I swear to Christ, her jaw like unhinges. And it looks like she's going to eat and deep throat the microphone. I mean, her lips are like doing this wave thing. Her jaw is wide open. Any video, I'm not exaggerating. And here's the thing. I actually
can't wait to add that to the playlist.
Oh, I'm totally adding it. I actually went to a filming when she was still with Nick. I went to a filming of a variety show they had. Oh. They were doing like a Sunny Bono Cher thing.
Oh, fun.
And it wasn't a series. It was just a one night thing. And oh my God. So we went, we were super excited. It was on the Disney lot. And it was me, my best friend, and my best friend's sister. And it was so cool. Like Jewel was there, and her and Jewel sang a duet. And I am going to mimic this, but she like, also she does the thing with a microphone where she pulls it like this.
Oh yeah.
Because she's wailing away. And when she was doing, what cover did she do of Jewel? But oh my God, she butchered it. And Jewel was just like, like playing next to her, like acting like this woman was not just destroying the song. She sounded great, but Jewel has a very Jewel's a very specific kind of singer.
Yeah.
And Jessica Simpson's a very specific kind of singer. And it was just kind of a match that did not match. And there was a part where she had to do a dance, and Jessica Simpson's not a dancer, but in the variety show, she had a dance. This bitch could not remember her steps to save her fucking life. We were there, I swear to God, just for the dance weekends for 5 goddamn hours.
Oh my God.
They didn't give us food. They didn't give us water. We were there for the whole thing for like at least 12 hours. We were starving. We wanted to leave so bad. Like Jessica Simpson was like 10 feet from me, and we loved the Newlyweds. Like these were like our celebrities.
Yeah.
And we were like, we would like to go now, please.
Yes.
Like we would like to go. And every single time she got one of the steps wrong, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We have to do it again. Literally the entire audience was like, like at her and I was like, oh my God, her like ditz thing is not an act.
It's just her.
She has like 5 steps to remember. What is the problem? What is the problem? Yeah. I still bought all of her dessert line, that makeup, like crazy though. The orange creamsicle stuff, bought that shit up. I would buy it now if they put it back out. I love it. But when it comes to like dreams and ambitions, like I feel like when Kristen first brought this up to me, I thought, okay, if it doesn't have to do with work, I feel like the 1950s ingrained, like shit you got to unlearn. My first thought was, get married, have a baby, have picket fence, and be a mom. And if that is your dream, that's fantastic. We need moms. I love my mom. My mom's a great mom.
Yeah.
I have no desire to be a mom, however. And I never really have. And it wasn't until I think I was in my mid-20s that I started to voice it, because even at that time, it just wasn't, everyone becomes mom.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, well, I don't really want kids, but I'll see if I change my mind, whatever. Every year I get older, I get more cemented in that I do not want children. I reserve the right to change my mind. Like I said, I'm not in love.
It's a big commitment.
It's a big commitment. And I'm going to be fucking honest. I'm a very selfish person.
As you should be.
I'm very selfish with my time.
Yep.
I'm very selfish with my rest.
Yep.
I want my time to do what I want to do. I want my hard-earned money to go to my fucking Chanel purse I'm going to get at some point.
Absolutely,
I want it to go straight into my forehead. Yep. I want it to go straight onto my, semi-permanent eyebrows.
Yeah.
I do not want to have to, and I don't want to have to listen to you tell me why you like what fucking show you're obsessed with that you've watched every single day because kids like watching the same thing all the time because it's a comfort. I don't want to always have that on the TV. I just don't.
Yeah. See, I don't want to hear Baby Shark for 1,000 times.
I think Baby Shark is a bop.
Yeah, but like,
I love that song.
Like, oh, McDonald. Like, no, I don't want to hear that shit.
That stuff. When you get in the car with someone who has kids and they have to like, oh, sorry. And they're not the kid stuff that's around, but everything they have to listen to, there's like, I'm so sorry, we have to listen to this or he'll start screaming. Yeah. And I totally get that's your life. I just didn't sign up for it. So trust me, if I'm with you, I'm like, it's fine. And I'm thinking, like, why? This is awful. But I also think I would be the worst mom ever. Because
I don't think you'd be the worst mom ever.
That's nice of you to say, but I 100% would like chain my child in the basement. Because we just talked about fear of losing someone you love. Every time they left the house, I would be completely, my mind would just be like, all the things you can, other drivers on the road, everything you cannot control.
Well, nowadays, even sending them to school.
Especially sending them to school. Especially sending them to school. I was going to get there. Especially sending them to school. I would literally, how you say you are with Ryan, I know, because I know how I am with my fucking cat.
Oh, yeah.
So if I had a child, I feel like there's for most people, I don't have a maternal instinct right now, but if you assigned me, even if I didn't give birth to it, if I adopted, or if the universe assigned me a child to take care of.
A stork dropped it off.
I would take, I take that seriously.
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm responsible for someone's well-being, I'm going to literally wrap myself around them and be like, you're not fucking leaving, because the only way I'm going to make sure that you go to bed tonight and don't die on the way to bed is if I'm in control of everything that happens to you. And that is such a completely insane mentality to have. And it's unhealthy. But like, if you understood how many times I go back in the morning when I leave to make sure my door is locked so my cat won't get out. My mom will be watching me. She's like, you just checked it. I'm like, I need to check it again. I need to check it again. I would know no peace as a mother. And I'm sure there are mothers listening that's like, yeah, you do know no peace as a mother. That's what being a mother is. And I do not want that. I already know no peace. I'm already an anxious mess over like, you know, I get existential crises watching like fucking Ad Astra or whatever. So I don't need to also deal with worrying about all the variables that could harm my child that I can't control. Like, no fucking way.
No,
I would be the worst mother.
I'm literally so far up Gig's ass all the time.
Yeah.
Like, no, absolutely not. I would be the world's worst helicopter mom. Like, I will not even leave on vacation unless my in-laws can watch him, because I don't trust anybody else to watch him.
Yeah, there's only one person I would ask to watch my cat. One person, and he's always been fantastic, and he knows my cat and he loves my cat, but there's no one else. I could never ask a babysitter to come over and watch my cat.
No. I can't take him to a dog hotel. Absolutely not. Dog camp, nope, not happening.
You don't know what's happening to him while he's there.
Nope.
There's no way to know.
Well, yeah, and I remember when we went to Toronto with Ryan's parents, he stayed in a glorious dog hotel, and thankfully he was pretty young. He still wasn't even a year. We were in Toronto for a week, and that was miserable for me, because I was just watching the cameras, literally any chance I got.
I have cameras for my cat too.
Yeah, but so we upgraded him to like the top of the line package, so I had access to him, all his cameras or whatever. And there was a day where I didn't see him for about 3 hours, and I was like, "Where the fuck is my dog?" I called, and they had him back behind the desk, because he was getting playtime with the people because they loved him. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine.
Can you angle the camera so I can watch that, please?
Yeah. And then there was another time, it was about 2 hours that I didn't see him. I call again. I was like, hi, where's my dog? And then she's like, he's napping on his balcony. And although I was very happy that he was napping on his balcony, I'm like, are you making sure he's not getting too hot? Like,
my first thought, I'm like, a balcony and a dog doesn't sound like a great mix.
Yeah, and I'm like,
what's the context for this balcony? Does it face a street? Is it in an enclosed area?
I think it was in an enclosed area.
Is it a second story balcony? Is a balcony just a fun thing you call where he is?
Like, just his like little patio.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, is he getting his snacks? Is he getting his toys? Is he like, is he getting everything? Is he enjoying playtime? Like, and then they would send you report cards, but like, it was always just fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
Jake had a great day. We
played
like,
I know my dog. I know he can be an asshole. How are you treating him when he's not behaving?
Yeah. Like, how many hours is he really in that kennel?
Yeah.
Like, all of these things. How long are his walks? Are you checking the temperature of the ground before you take him on a walk? It was not worth it.
No, I get it. I'm stressed. I usually don't like, when I went to my flex I've had before, when I went to Tahiti, I was gone for a week, and I had my friend the only one I let watch my cats, or would ever ask to watch my cats, who I don't even think I pay, and he just does it out the kind of his heart. Thanks, George.
We love George.
We love George. But he would come, and I'd let him like I'm like, hey, you can stay at my house. You can eat all my food. Like, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to stay every night. Just spend time with them. I just want them to know someone's in the house. They know you. Yeah. Like, and I obsessively leave notes that are like 3 pages long. And that doesn't include vet information. That's a whole other thing. It's like, this is how they act. This is what they prefer. If they sleep here, don't worry about it. Don't move her. She wants to sleep there. If she jumps on the bed with you, like, cause Zoe had an attitude problem. I'd be like, if she jumps on the bed with you, don't reach out to pet her. Like, she will literally not come out if you do anymore. So just let her sleep on the bed. Like, it's a big, like, and be like, he's going to cry. He's going to do that. Like, all their behavior. Yeah. And he was like, I know your cats. Like, but I'm still like, and this is, if she starts doing this, it's because she ate this. And like, yep. It was just this long ass list. And I'm just like, imagine if this was a child, which far more, because cats are pretty low maintenance in terms of pets. Yeah. And I made them high maintenance because I'm a helicopter mom. If that was a kid, what if the kid had allergies? What if the kid was diabetic? Yeah. What the fuck? I would know no peace. I would know no peace.
See, the thing with me would be, what are the things that you don't know about?
You mean like the kid is doing, or
no? Like, what if there was an allergy, like that they were definitely allergic to?
Okay, so speaking of this, just because I follow the founder of the Sakara Life brand, I'm a meal subscriber to. And it's just kind of ironic just because she's so big on this nutrition plant-based thing. Her, I think 4 or 5-year-old son was just diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. To figure that out, he was in like extreme ketoacidosis. Okay. Which is fucking terrifying. Yeah. Fucking terrifying. And he was showing signs on our Instagram and stuff. Like kind of showing signs of what diabetes would present like. Like, he had no appetite, but he was super fucking thirsty. And like he was having all these weird reactions to foods and things. And it just took them forever to get him diagnosed. And by the time they got him diagnosed, he was pretty much about to die. Yeah. And like, it's like, thank God. Yeah. But they did everything right. They kept taking him to the doctor. Very scary. I mean, that kind of happened to me when I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, but it wasn't as high stakes. Yeah. It was... I had something going on that wasn't right, and they just couldn't figure out what it was. Right. It did get high stakes for a while because I had ended up with internal bleeding and stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. It's just what it is. But not when I was getting diagnosed. Yeah. But I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and then I was diagnosed with indeterminate Crohn's colitis, and then it took like another 5 years to finally get my Crohn's diagnosis. Right. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's just trying to figure out what medicine is right, how I should live my life, whatever. But if this was more like, what do you have? And if you get it wrong, you fucking die. Yeah. That's goddamn scary.
Well, I think I told you with Alexa, when they first found out that she had brain cancer. Yeah. She was having tummy aches. Mm-hmm. Fucking tummy aches.
Yeah, because you said they tested her for Crohn's, right?
I don't know if they tested her for Crohn's. Oh,
I thought that's how it came up.
She just went to the doctor because she was having tummy aches. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times as a kid I had tummy aches because I ate too much sugar. Yeah. I ate too fast. I drank too fast. Like, all of these things.
Kids also deal with constipation a lot.
Yeah. And like, that is what led to like them finding her brain cancer.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Like,
I mean, thank God they took something small seriously. Yes. But yeah, I can't imagine going in.
Scary.
Yeah. Like, I've had a headache. I feel like I'm getting headaches a lot. And them telling you something like, oh, that's because you had a stroke 2 months ago. It's like, excuse me?
Brain clot. Yeah. Blood clot. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. And being a parent, and with Alexa, you experience that too. It's just, I could not. No.
Miserable.
But I really want to enforce this here, that the biggest reason I can't have kids is because I'm fucking selfish. That's, if it happens, it happens. It probably won't. And that's my plan, to have it not happen. But
you want to talk about selfish. I don't want kids because I genuinely do not think that I could handle Ryan potentially loving somebody more than me.
Actually, a lot of people feel like that. No, that's actually, I mean, it is selfish.
I feel that's
unlocked a new level, but
resent them.
That's a thing people get scared of. Yeah.
Like, and that sounds so fucked up, but like
Kristen Bell said that she was scared when she got pregnant. She was having like breakdowns, like crying breakdowns, because she was scared that she could never love something as much as she loved her dog. And I'm like, that is so fucking relatable. Yes. She's like, I can't be a good mother because I do not want to share my affection from my animals. No. And I was like, yeah, I get that.
I can't even adopt a second dog because I'm afraid it's going to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, I was super, when I got my second cat, it was kind of thrust upon me because people don't go looking for cats. Cats happen to you. So I found him in downtown Long Beach, downtown, because my mom lived there at the time. And he was just a baby, super scared of the cars. I mean, he had everything you could possibly have from a cat that was dumped.
Yeah.
I mean, he had parasite, worms, fleas, malnourished. You could feel his spine, all this stuff. And there's no way I couldn't grab him and keep him. And my older cat, Zoe, fucking hates everything but me, or hated everything but me. And I was like, this is going to drive her crazy. And it's going to I felt bad because I felt like I'm going to make her life so small now because she cannot be around another cat. She like loses fur. She stresses the fuck out. She's like, get the fuck away from me. Yeah. And she hisses and she like literally clefts of fur just poof off of her in the moment. And I'm like, my God. And I just felt like I was making her life so small and I felt so bad. And I would give her so much time to have the house to herself. Like I would give him his own space and she just wouldn't take it. And I was just like, I always felt bad. I'm not going to cry. I know I gave her a good life, but at the same time, I know what you mean about gig and having a baby. I know what Kristen Bell meant when she said that. Yeah. Like you feel like you have this creature and a kid, if it's a kid, whatever.
It's a creature.
And it's a creature. And it's your job to give them the best possible life within your capability. Yeah. And when you bring someone else in. Yep. And by the way, I'm a younger sister, so sorry, Courtney, my older sister, who I literally did this to. I came into your life and then you had a split mom with me. But there's like a picture of her holding me when I was a baby because she's 2 years older. And like, she's literally holding me and like, look at the camera, like, what the fuck is this? Like, but knowing you now have to split your time and attention. Yeah. And I know what they say, like your heart, you don't split it. Your heart grows bigger. Bullshit. Fuck it. That doesn't work with how time management works though. You have to split yourself. And you don't want to have to do that.
So before we wrap up, I have one question since we're on the topic of children. Okay. What is the funniest thing you've ever heard somebody refer to children as? Because my favorite thing is crotch goblins. And I just think that that's the funniest thing in the world.
Crotch goblin is great.
Because that's what they are. They're crotch goblins.
They are. They're little things that fucking out of you. Blah. I don't know. I just think, what's the funniest thing? I personally call them gremlins. Gremlins. Like, look at, especially if they're acting like it. True. I'm just like, hey, gremlins, calm down. I have 3 nephews who I love. I adore them. And they're all have such unique personalities too. But I love being an aunt. Yes. Love being an aunt. But when they're acting like little gremlins, I'm like, hey, you guys, hey, gremlins, calm the fuck down. I don't really say fuck, but yeah, I don't think I do. I think I censor myself. Sometimes I don't check myself. But also, though, my oldest nephew is so smart. He's 8 years old. And he's been like this since he was a kid. But he listens to everything that is said around him. Oh, my God. My grandma and my sister have been having a conversation about something really intense and adult. Not bad. But just something you don't want kids to have to absorb. Right. Because you think he's not listening. And then I'll go outside and play with him and he'll go like, hey, what's cancer? And I'm just like, what? And he's like, yeah, Mom and Grandma were talking about it. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Ask your mom.
I know, it's just like, and I told him or whatever. And, but I was just like, you listen to everything. Yeah. Him more than his other brothers. But oh my gosh, he's just a little sponge. But before we wrap up, I will say my mom was so good at this. Like the whole like taking you to adult things or inadvertently absorbing something very adult when you're a kid and me being like, what does this mean? My mom was so good. It's like she had planned every like a contingency plan or story for every bad word ever made. So for example, we went and saw The Cutting Edge in theaters. Cutting Edge is such a good movie. You probably haven't seen it.
Never heard of it.
It is the best figure skating movie of all time. So real quick.
Have you seen Go Figure? I don't think so.
It's about a prima donna figure skater who's only a pair skater and they cannot find another pairs to skate with her because she's so insufferable. So they recruit a retired ice hockey player. And basically it is just like sexual vibes, but they hate each other. And then of course they end up together at the end. But when they're at the Olympics, he's kind of getting it on with a pairs figure skater of another couple. Oh. And she's pissed. And they're all giving an interview and they're like, oh, how does it all feel to be here at the Olympics? And the girl he's screwing is like, it's so great. We're just like a big happy family. It's just so, and the bitchy girl in the back, she goes, orgasmic. Like, and I immediately looked at my mom and was like, what does orgasmic mean? And my mom, without missing a beat, was like, it means happy. And then in that movie, Far and Away, that we talked about with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, so they're pretending in the movie to be brother and sister so they can basically share a room together.
Okay.
Because it's like the late 1800s. People didn't do that. But everyone kind of knows they aren't. And so they're fighting and she kicks him out of the room. It's clearly a lover's spat. And the madam who runs the house, because they're renting a room at a whorehouse.
I love that.
Looks at him and goes, why don't you just shag her and get it over with? And I literally looked at my mom and was like, what does shag mean? She said, my mom looks at me and goes, it means to stab someone. And it made total sense because they were fighting.
Yeah.
And she's like, it means to stab someone. I was like, oh, okay. So for the longest time, I thought shag meant to stab someone.
Amazing.
My mom was so fucking good at this.
Completely change.
Yeah, my mom was meant, the spy who shagged me. Then it became a thriller. My mom was that person who was meant to be a mom, though. Like, she was just a really good mom, and she, like I said, she had this stuff off the top of her head.
Yeah.
But also, she was meant to be a mom because I was a fucking nightmare. I mean, I was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Another parent would have left me at the curb and drove away. I was awful. She had the patience of a saint. I'm an adult now, so when we fight, it's different because the energies are the same.
Yeah.
But even as a kid, my willpower was, that's another reason I don't want kids. I don't want to give birth to me.
No.
I don't want to raise me.
No.
I'm a nightmare.
Thank you. Fuck that. No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So dreams are no kids.
Yep.
And vibes for days.
Lots of money.
And
Because
no job.
You don't have to worry about paying bills.
Yeah. And by the way, having goals in your job is not bad. I have goals in my job.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But ambition and aspirations is different than having dreams.
Because I also think too, aside from the financial aspect of a job, you can love your job, but I think that you should also be okay being like leaving that job.
Yeah. Your job should not be your personality.
Yeah. Because like
you should have something else.
A couple of years ago with the job that I had and with the company that I was with, if you would have even threatened to take that away from me, I literally would have felt like the entire world was collapsing in.
Yeah.
And like now, if I lost my job now, I know me personally, I could stand on my own. Financially, we'd have to figure something out.
Yeah.
But I would be okay because I am more than whatever I do when I clock in.
Yeah.
And clock out.
Yeah.
And I think that is incredibly important.
Oh, it's big time important, especially in the hustle culture that we have, that, like I said, ever since the pandemic has changed a bit, although I think the Great Resignation has been inflated a lot, not in a money way, but like the amount of people that are quitting.
Yeah.
I think it's been inflated for, capitalist reasons to make it seem that way. But there is
a surcharge on everything.
Mm-hmm. But I think there is something very real about knowing your worth.
Yep.
And like, my friend Chelsea sent me this thing and it was so funny. It's like a meme and it's this like skeleton running away and it's like, you can just fucking leave whatever you're doing. You can just bounce out of there. Your job, fucking leave. Like all this stuff. It was like family gathering.
Yeah.
Like
leave.
Social event. You can just fucking go. Like this is the best part of being an adult. You can just do whatever.
I would just like to point out, he only cares about Tara. I am chopped liver. He only cares about Tara.
He is always facing me. Hi, baby. Hi, baby boy. He's our little mascot. I love him to death. He's a cutie. But yeah, is that what we're gonna? And I'm like, I've lost my train of thought. Gig distracted me because he's just so fucking cute.
I think we'll wrap it up.
By the way, if you have any, what are your dreams? That's what I want to know. I feel like ours are pretty similar, but if you have really unique dreams, or if you just want to validate ours and be like, yeah, me too, bitch.
Or like, what is the one thing if you had all the money in the world that you would spend it on?
Oh, I love that question. By the way, because I'm clearly going to win the lottery one day, I need ideas. So please email that to us. And we do have an email. It's been in the description box. We've never said it on the pod.
Yeah.
It's WayTooHonestPodcast@gmail.com. Go ahead and send us comments, thoughts, ideas, anonymous stories. We love those. But especially right now, how you did on that character personality test. And I also definitely want to know what you would do if you didn't have to worry about money and you could achieve your dreams, and what you would buy if you had all the money in the world. And dream big, blue sky, guys. I love hearing answers like this. It's super fun.
Also, because we're obviously going to win the lottery. And so we need
big time.
Just, you know.
And the podcast is it. This is going to be huge, guys. You're getting it at the ground floor.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now we sound like a MLM.
If you buy in and you get 2 more people to listen,
you too can go home with a pink Escalade. It's courtesy of Avon.
And we'll send you some leggings that say "Way Too Honest." It'll have holes in them, but they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Fucking LuLaRoe. All right. Anyway, we're going to end here. Thank you for listening. Enjoy that up and down. Thank you for indulging my nerd culture as well with Star Wars.
Welcome.
I really appreciate that. Was a solid.
When I finish, we will revisit, and I'm sure I will have very similar opinions as of right now, but they might change.
And we hope this was cathartic for you a little bit, because everyone kind of has these feelings. Yeah, we're way too honest, and sometimes that's not always being super peppy or gross or some. I mean, life is real.
Talk about the good, the bad, the ugly.
Exactly. We'll see you next week.
Bye.